guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Taylor, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a cute little Valentine's Day look for you guys. So if you're like going on a date, or if you just want to look cute for the day, I'm your girl. So if you want to see the look, let's go. So I have my hair clipped back and ready to go. So I'm going to be showing you the best products, well, that I think that is gonna last all day, and your makeup's just gonna look so flawless. You know, you want to have that like glowy look, you know, show it off, girl. So I'm gonna get out the products and we're gonna get right into it. So these primers I think are going to last you all day, which will be really nice. So if you want to wear this look to school, or like I said, if you're going on a date, I would totally recommend using these products. So the first primer that we're going to be using is the Do You Fresh Glow Primer. Here she is. And it smells amazing, actually. It smells like watermelon, which it does say. So I'm just going to rub this only on my cheek area. So it's just like right in here, my chin, all that stuff. But only keep it right in here. I know they have a few different primers, so this is the Radiant Pearl one, but whatever one works best for you, you could use. Then the next primer that I'm going to use is the Tarte Smoothing Primer. So it's like this, right where I see like mostly like my pores and stuff, which are usually like in here. Everyone, you know, everyone's pores are going to be different, but this is where I put it. I'm just going to pop a little bit on my nose because it does get oily, and this definitely helps it. So I just go like this, mostly focusing it right here. The last primer I'm going to use is the e.l.f. one. I have used this in a previous video, and I will link that down below if you want to see it. It's my affordable makeup. This is the e.l.f. Matte Oil Control Primer. So I usually just put that on my forehead because that is where I mostly get oily, and you don't want to be all greasy if you're going on a date or something, you know. The last primer step that I have, I just got this literally yesterday, but I thought it'd be fun to put into the video. It's a calming facial prime and setting mist. I got it from TJ Maxx. It was $6.99. It just smells really good, and I was just like, why not? It's a prime and setting mist. So while the primer is drying, you know, like the setting spray, I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to just show you the eyebrow products that I use. I'm using the Benefit Brow Pencil in shade number 3 if you want to know. I literally just got my eyebrows waxed today, so they are nice and fresh and ready to go. So I'm just going to quickly fill in my eyebrows. So then I use this Gimme Brow. It's also in the shade number 3. It's just nice to set your brows in place so you know they won't be moving or anything. You don't have to worry about like if you're just like a little nervous, start sweating or something. If you hear cars driving by, I apologize. And then afterwards, if you're like feeling like it's like too harsh or something, you can also just grab like a regular brow brush, and I just go like this with it. Kind of like comb everything through, make sure I didn't miss a spot or anything. Usually it's pretty good. It's just like enough. So now we're going to jump on to the eyes. So I usually just prime my lid with concealer and then just set it with a powder. So the concealer that I'm going to be using today is the CoverGirl, the True Blend one. And I just kind of go like this. Just get it on there, you know. If you want to know what shade I am the shade Natural Ivory. Then I'm going to take my beauty blender. This is the Real Techniques, and I just pat it and try to get as close as I can to my brow bone as possible. don't want your, you know, eyeshadow to crease or anything. So we definitely want to set her. We're going to be setting it with the Fit Me powder. So open her up. But I'm just going to grab my brush, dip her in, and then I'm just going to set the eyelids. So for the eyelids, I have two palettes that I really want to use because they both have some really nice pink shades. So the first one is the Kylie palette. I think you can get it at Ulta. So, and look how pretty. We have like this really nice pink shade that I really want to use. And I want to use the Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette also because in this palette, you know, we also have some nice pinks and, you know, a nice transition shades. I'm going to start with the Kylie palette first, just to get a nice transition shade. And if you have this palette, or if you have something similar to these shades, you could also use them. I'm going to dive into Forever Young, it's called. And I'm just going to pop that into the crease because it's such a pretty pink and it's so necessary to use. And just do it to the other side. So now that we have that color on, I'm going to grab another brush, and I don't know the name for this, it's just called Earth. I got it as a gift. So I'm going to dive into the next shade, which is called Check ID, which is this shade right there. And I'm mostly just going to focus it right in the center. And kind of work it underneath the shade that we just did. And I am going to bring it out maybe just a little bit out here. Now I'm jumping into the Jeffree Star palette. I'm going to be using, it's called Back. It's like right in the top corner. It's a nice, very light pink. And what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm just going to be kind of like pull on my eyelid a little bit. And I'm just really going to focus it only like right up here. So pretty. So now for the moment of truth. I'm going to be using the Candy Heart shade, the nice hot pink color. So what I'm going to be using is, it's just an e.l.f. brush. I think it's a crease brush type thing. And I'm going to get that on there. So I'm going to go like this. And pat it on my lid. And do like a rubbing motion. And I'm going to put that on my whole lid. And then I'm going to do it to the other side. So now I'm going to be back at the Jeffree Star palette. And I'm going to take the same brush again. And I'm going to be using, it's called Self-Made. So I'm kind of just going to like rub it right in here. To get that nice, vibrant look. This looks so good. This is really out of my comfort zone, guys. I don't ever do looks like these. So now I'm going to use like a little bit of like a brownish shade just to kind of make everything go all in together. So I'm going to go back to the Kylie palette and I'm going to take this brush, and she has a shade in here. It's called Payback's a Biatch. So I'm going to take that, and I just want a little bit of warmth in there. So I'm just gonna put it up in here, just to kind of warm it up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go back in with Check My ID, and I'm going to use, it's another e.l.f. brush, and I'm just going to just kind of like, if anything that I think that needs a little bit more doing, I'm going to go like this. So now I'm going to be putting some nice fun glitter on the lid. So let me get her out. It's a Stila. It is in the shade Tulip Twinkle. So what I like to do with this, it's a very pretty like shimmery shade that I'm going to be putting on the lid, kind of just in the center. It's only where I want this. I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to take like a flat brush and kind of just pat it around a little bit so it doesn't just clump up right in the center, and move it a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit more and I'm going to put it on this lid. So now that that's on, I'm going to take, it's like a very defined brush, and I'm going to go in with the candy heart again, just to kind of like blend this on top of that a little bit. So I'm going like this just to kind of like make it more vibrant in the corner. And then I'm also going to take, it's called Almond, in that eyeshadow palette with the same brush, just to kind of get that brown in there a little bit. Then I'm going to take the same brush that I used for the liquid eyeshadow, and I'm going to go back to Jeffree's palette. Sorry guys, I'm jumping like all around. It's crazy. I'm going to take, it's called 2. It's this shade right here. Sorry, right there. So I'm going to take that right in the front of my lid. And yeah, you could go a little bit on top of the other Stila shade. That is also fine. Then I put from the Kylie palette, it's called Jack Frost, and I just took like a more defined point brush, and I just going to put it right up here in the inner corner, just so my eyes look more awake. So let's get into the face. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the new Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. I'm in the shade Soft Ivory, and I already tried this and I love it. You know, you just need that nice dewy look. To put a few dabs all over. I'm going to take my beauty sponge and just pat it all in. Then I'm going to put some on the forehead. Make sure you don't drop it anywhere. I feel like the eye look always looks more complete when foundation is on. I mean, I feel like you just look weird without it. So then we're going to put concealer on the eyes. I'm still using the same CoverGirl. Put a little down the nose. So now that my concealer's on, I'm going to be taking the Fit Me powder in the shade 05 Fair. And I'm going to take the same brush that I use for my lids. I'm just going to use a swooping motion, sometimes like a patting motion, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to set the under eyes. And then I'm going to put some on my nose because like I said, I get oily like in my T-zone. So I'm going to put some powder also up in here. Then next I'm going to set my face with the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. This thing's amazing. And it's so cool when you like open it. When you like put it on your face, it's like wet feeling, but obviously, you know, it's not going to be wet, but it just makes your face feel so nice. And this is like my favorite powder of all time to set my face. Like I haven't found one that I thought that is really good, but this one is amazing. It just puts your makeup together so well, and I absolutely love this. Like I would recommend this to anybody. So now we're going to put some bronzer on. So I'm going to be using my Hoola bronzer. And I'm going to grab my brush. I'm using a e.l.f. contour brush. I'm going to kind of move my face like this. And really just like work it. I'm going to put a little bit on the forehead. Now I'm going to contour a little bit. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild in 749A. And I'm going to take this type of brush. I'm just going to pat it. And I'm just going to kind of like dab it in. Like this. So I know it's right where I want it. And then I take just like a fluffier brush and I just really blend it in. So it's not that harsh. But you're going out, so you want it to be a little bit more dramatic. So that's why it's a little bit more darker than usual. I'm going to contour the nose. So I'm going to take the same e.l.f. brush I used, just it's a newer one, so it really hasn't been used that much. And I'm going to take it on my nose and just kind of pat it on. I don't like a harsh contoured nose. I just like a little bit. So I'm kind of just like patting it on right in the center, like this. And then it just kind of like gives a nice, fresh nose look. So I'm going to bake a little bit. I usually don't do this, but since, like I said, if you're like going out or something, so I just put my powder like this. I'm going to take my sponge to really just clean up the look. And then what you could do is take a brush like this and just kind of do a little bit down the nose, not that much, just to kind of, okay, powder, okay. And sometimes what I like to do is I'll take a little bit underneath the eye a little bit more just to really open it up. So while that's sitting there, we will put on the blush. So that's sitting and cooking on our face. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to be using a ColourPop today. And it's called the See You Later. I'm pretty sure I have used this in a previous video, but it's one of my favorite shades and it's going to look so awesome with our eye look. You don't need a lot because this is a very pigmented blush, so don't use that much, very lightly. You don't want to be too crazy, but I'm a blush fanatic. I love blush so freaking much that I sometimes usually put too much on, and that could be bad. So I'm going to take this off and I'm just going to blend in. Sometimes I don't like to bake just because it's, sometimes a little bit too much for me. Like I said, I don't really like that, but since, you might be going out, you need to do it big. So far, this is the look. Now for my favorite part is, this is one of my favorite highlights and I thought it would look so bomb with this look. It's the Ofra and it's a highlighter, obviously. It's the Glazed Donut. It's the Nikki Tutorials collab. So I'm going to open her up and take my highlighting brush, dab her, and we're gonna put her right here. Look, you want to look nice and glowy, and this highlight will do that for you. Put a little bit on the nose, a little bit here. I put a little bit on the forehead just to, go big or go home. So now I'm going to take that highlight and I'm going to take that same brush that I put in the crease and I'm going to just use this for my brow bone up here. If you're like, oh, you want to kind of pop this in, you can too, to make it more vibrant with the shade that we already put on. I am, because like I said, go big or go home. So now that the face is pretty much complete, I'm going to put, some color on the under eye. So I'm going to do my eyeliner and I will be right back. Guys, it is so hard to get your eyeliner like so even, but I think this is the best I could do so far. And I have this cute little extra little touch. You could just like leave the wings just like this if you want. But if you want to add more glitter to your life, I have this cute little thing to show you. So I have this, it's like a glitter gel. It's from Tarte. It's from the Mermaid collection because it's called Mermaid. And I used this once before. It's amazing. I'm going to take this pointed brush again, and what I do is I take the glitter from it, and what I'm going to do is, this is like a very tedious thing to do, but I'm going to put it on my eyeliner. So what I do is, you just go like this, and you kind of just like drag it on a little bit, but you have to be super careful. You don't want to like get it, you know, on your eyeshadow, which is a little hard. This is like an optional thing if you're not looking to go all out like me. And I'm going to do it to the other side. So I'm going to show you guys the mascara that I used. I used the Lash Paradise, and I also use the Better Than Sex on the bottom lash. This is on my top lash. Then for my eyeliner, I use the 24/7 Waterline by Urban Decay. And then for my lip color, I use it's the ColourPop, but it's with the Zoella collection. So I used her. And then I also just put a little glitter just on my face to just like add some extraness, you know, to myself. So yeah. So guys, I'm going to be setting my face with the Morphe by Jeffree Star. It smells amazing. It smells like strawberries. And it's even better because it's hot pink, and it just makes you feel more in the Valentine's Day mood. So let's see the finished look. So it just looks so nice. Like, look guys. Like, look at that cute little glitter right here. So cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know if you're excited for Valentine's Day. And if you create this look, make sure you show it to me. My Instagram will be right over here. And please subscribe to my channel. I would so appreciate it. And let me know what kind of other videos you guys like want to see and stuff. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!